Power to the people, I'm back for a reason. If you clicked on this video, I meet you with greetings. Another episode of Part My Back Podcast is me, your host, Sebastian West. Follow me on Instagram at _Sebastian West, where you can check out my artwork. That's the priority, my artwork. I also drop snippets of a portion of a segment of the YouTube clips. I dropped them on Instagram as well. So yes, follow me on Instagram at _Sebastian West. Now, let's get right into this. I watched Suicide Squad. I'm not going to talk about it. I watched it. It's a good one. It was good compared to the last. So, there you have it. Moving right along. I reviewed the film Riders of Justice starring Mads Mikkelsen. Someone in the YouTube comments sent me a recommendation of another Danish film. Checked it out, and it's titled Flickering Lights, starring Mads Mikkelsen and a slew of other actors. Flickering Lights dropped in the year 2000. Now, anything starring Mads Mikkelsen, I'm probably going to check it out. Honestly, the guy's a phenomenal actor. I think he's underrated in my opinion regarding the US. I don't think he gets much notoriety. If he does, I'm unaware of it. They just don't mention him. I checked out Flickering Lights. Brief synopsis: 4 gangsters. One of the gangsters was trying to find a way out. He was sick of the gangster life. He stated, hey, look, I want to move on to something else. Another gangster that he owed money to told him, okay, well, you robbed this safe for me. The money you owe, we're good. Get this money, rob this safe, we're good. Call things even, Steven. They get the money. He decides he's gonna run away with the money from this gangster. And from that point on, it was a treat. Things started to transpire. One of the guys, he was in love with the one that robbed the money. Was in love. His lady left him for a regular guy who wasn't a gangster. He was a little bitter about that. So he had nothing. He felt no attachment. So I'm gonna go to the countryside. Matter of fact, he wanted to go to Barcelona. It's like, yo, we're gonna take this money, we're going to Barcelona. He takes the money, the van that Mads Mikkelsen character stole breaks down on their way. They walk, they find this abandoned house, they crash there. Now, in the midst of this happening, one of the friends got shot. He got shot. He needs medical attention. Mads Mikkelsen's character tells him, listen, it's just a flesh wound. That's it. You'll be all right. Just a flesh wound. They set up shop in this abandoned house. Things start to transpire. The one who had the girlfriend, he was in love head over heels for her. So he contacts her. She pops up. I guess the leader per se, not the, because Mads Mikkelsen character was really like the gangster. He was the brawn. He wasn't the brains. He was just the brawn. If you needed him to knock somebody off, he would do it. That's just his role. He had heavy artillery. He had a bag full of guns. Like, honestly, he was hilarious. So the guy that was madly in love, engaged, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was engaged. Now they're supposed to keep a low key. It's supposed to be low key. Nobody's supposed to know about this spot. This is, they're away from everything. A gangster is on their heels. They don't need any heat. The fiance shows up. He's head over heels. The leader's annoyed. He's sick of her. Now Peter, he went from his coke binge, who he was having withdrawals, to now he's just some peaceful guy who just wants to live in his cabin. So the leader decides to set up shop at this cabin and actually open up a restaurant. The Barcelona plans out the window. That is gone. He wants to open a restaurant in the middle of the woods. In the midst of this alleged doctor shows up, this farmer shows up, and they all have something in common. They're all alone. Now, getting to the guy that had the fiance, the leader was at some sort of picnic. She was doing this trick with his eggs. He tried it. He was annoyed from her yapping. He socked her in the face. Her nose started bleeding. Her fiance didn't say anything. Now she wants to go back. She's telling him about, hey, the family will love you. He kicks her to the curb, goes back with these guys. The mobster shows up. It's a all-out brawl in a sense of the farmer shows up with a assault rifle, shoots up the place. He almost kills the four guys. He almost kills them. He kills the villains. They end up setting up the restaurant. You know, these two old heads, the alleged doctor and the farmer, are like a legend. The stories are being passed around them at the restaurant. The leader's old lady shows up with her new man friend. She's pregnant. He tries to impress her. Tell the guys, listen, cook a special dish. She's not a movie review, pardon me. She's a restaurant journalist or something like that. So she gives restaurants ratings. She gave the restaurant 4 stars. She said the food was atrocious. It was trash, but I still gave them 4 stars. It checked off all the boxes for me. It checked off all the boxes. Comedy, action, drama, the whole shebang. Honestly, the whole shebang. Do I have any complaints about it? No. It was the perfect film for me. It was the perfect film. I don't think it was the perfect film. I think it's the first time because I thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe it's due to me watching such bad movies as of late, like Suicide Squad, and a slew of current films, that I really appreciate a film that came out in the year 2000. So I have to give it a 9.5. Maybe a 10. I'll give it a 10. I'll give it a 10 because I really don't have a gripe with this movie. I don't. I don't have a gripe. So this is the perfect film for me. For me, this is the perfect film. So I appreciate recommendations. I watch them. I check them out, especially if they're foreign films. I'll check them out. I watch a lot of movies, man. I think the upcoming review I'll probably do is The French Connection. I'm going to watch that. That was also a recommendation. It was a 70s film. Back to this one. Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 Sebastian's artwork. Flickering Lights. If you guys have the opportunity, go check it out. It's a Danish film, subtitles. Ignore that. It's a great film to me. So, check it out. If you don't like what I'm kicking, like what I'm spitting, just know when you tune to this, the cloth is different. Remember, big shot's number the little shot they kept shooting. And if you don't like my reviews, cut me some slack. If that ain't good enough, pardon my back. Tune in for the next movie review that I drop. I'm your host, Sebastian West. Another episode of Pardon My Back podcast. In the meantime, hold it down. Peace.